press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome back to your social science class. We are going to continue the chapter India population today and we will wind it up. We had stopped in density of population in the previous part of the previous class. So what did we really study about what is density? Okay, number of people per square kilometer is called density of population. That is per kilometer, number of people per square kilometer. Now we had also discussed which state has highest and which state has the lowest. Okay, Bihar has the highest density, whereas Arunachal Pradesh has the lowest. In the Union Territories, Delhi has the highest, Andaman and Nicobar has the lowest density of population. So we had divided and we had to study the divisions in this class. So the three divisions according to the density of population is what we are going to study today, and factors affecting the distribution of population. Now based on the population density, it can be divided into three zones. Areas with high density, medium density and low density. So area with high density, medium density and low density. So these are the three classifications according to the density of population. Alright. Now we will go into areas with high density. Now these three factors only require you to read what is there, okay, because it's just facts and figures that have been given, but we will I'll just tell it out to you and then you can read it for yourself. Now the places that have high density are the plains, okay, the northern plains that are there, and the eastern coastal plains. Coastal plains have high density of population. Now states that include high density of population. Now see, this is something that we can just read it out and finish it off. Now there is nothing to specifically teach in this because I have to just tell you the names of the states. Either ways I will do it, but you will have to read it again for yourself. Now we will just see depending on each state how much of population do they have per square kilometer. Bihar has 1102, West Bengal has 1030, Uttar Pradesh has 328, Haryana has 573, Punjab has 550, Kerala 859, Tamil Nadu 555. Now these states have high density of population because of different factors that are there. What kind of factors do you think they are? Because of the soil that is fertile. Now we live on agriculture and fertility of the soil is very important for us. Transport and communication facilities are better. In the Union Territories, Delhi has 17,297, Chandigarh has 9,252, Puducherry has 2,598, Daman and Diu has 2,169, Lakshadweep has 2,113, Dadar and Nagar Haveli has the highest density of population. Now, other than this, there are some cities which are industrial areas where you can make a lot of money, urban areas that are there. Specifically these cities and cities or urban areas where there is a lot of commercialization, commerce and trade, where there are industries, okay, a lot of business happening, these cities also have a high density of population, and those cities are Mumbai, Bengaluru, Chennai, Kolkata and Pune. So Mumbai, Bengaluru, Chennai, Kolkata and Pune. Look down on the map there. in page number 122, okay, 122, you can see the facts and figures there neatly laid down for you. So just observe the map whenever you are free. Moving on to page 123, areas with medium density. Now what is the area of medium density? Those densities which are in the in between this 251 to 500 per square kilometer. Now most of these are in the peninsular India, okay, which is water and land on these sides. Now they are Jharkhand 414, Assam 397, Goa 394, Maharashtra 365, Tripura 350, Karnataka has 319, Andhra Pradesh has 308, Gujarat has 308 and Odisha has 269. Now did you see the numbers all between 251 to 500, nothing above that, nothing below that. So none of the states have below it. 269 is the lowest or highest after, first highest after 251. So why do you think these have medium density of population? Now these states also have cities. If you take Karnataka for example, we have cities, isn't it? Major cities are still there. Now Bengaluru is being added there, yet there are other cities which are still developing and very peaceful cities also present, but not to a greater extent like what is Mumbai or what is Bangalore or what is Pune and Kolkata. Okay. Now here also reasons are not, see, large industries are present, but not of a large scale, not on a large scale, just as the areas where there is high mining systems that is there. Okay, so areas, certain areas here and there you pick, you will get it. Mineral resources is what is present, and because it can be transported here and there, people have also taken different paths of staying and migrating. So development of other industries, maybe certain industries which are harmful, and that area does not have a lot of population. Certain areas, certain industries let out certain smoke, certain factories do not allow you to stay. Those are not residential areas. Certain areas are marked as not residential areas where you cannot stay, and those areas if you put into place or put into count, those cannot be counted because those areas people do not stay, and you cannot take it as this these many members for per square kilometer. Okay. Next is areas with low density. Now this is below 250 per square kilometer or kilometer square. See these states now, what you can do is write low, medium and high. So you can put a table and write the facts and figures also in that table, or go number wise, whichever number is the least, ascending to descending order, okay, or descending to ascending, whichever you find it easy. So areas with low density, that is 250, less than 250 members per square kilometer. Okay, Madhya Pradesh 136, Rajasthan 201, Uttaranchal 189, Chhattisgarh 189, Meghalaya 132, Himachal Pradesh 123, Manipur 122, Nagaland 119, Jammu and Kashmir 124, Sikkim 86, Andaman and Nicobar Islands 46, Arunachal Pradesh 17. Now, why do you think, and what are the reasons? Specific reasons are given here because a lot of mountain area is present. Okay, mountain and hilly terrains that are present, hilly areas that are present, and you cannot build your house just like that. Okay, so you need some surface for that. So mountain and hilly areas that are there. Temperature is also low, and climate is also not that suitable for people there. People are staying. It's not that people don't stay. People do stay, but a lot of population difficult to adjust. So that is why low population density. Now we'll move on to factors affecting the distribution of population. Okay. So these factors that have been laid down are which affect the distribution of population. Physical features, climate, soils, your resources, and industry and commerce. That is industries and commerce. Now we'll move on to physical features first. Before that, different factors affect your socio-economic factors that are there. Okay, they all affect it. Now few of the factors are laid down here. We'll go one by one and understand what's more important. Physical features. Physical features are now how your land is. Do you have mountain areas? Do you have hills? Or do you have a flat surface where you can build houses and people can stay? Now we studied that in mountains and hilly areas there is less population, less density of population. So you understand the physical features also affect in where people stay. Though you cannot break down that area for people to stay, it is just left down like that in nature, and people don't stay there, in turn making less people in that area. So now the hilly areas in the northern and northeastern places are lot of hills, and you can find hill stations and other sides on the other side of where there are eastern side also. So you can find those hill stations there, and that is how you don't go and stay there. People don't stay, and their houses, if you have seen, are very at the base there. If you have a large mountain there, their houses are at the base. Now North India and deltas have dense population because the surface is good, the soil is good, and it's good atmosphere to stay. The climate there is also good. So the next one is climate. Now not too cold, not too hot, but moderate is what our body can adopt. Very cold, too cold is unbearable, isn't it? Because our country is in such a way. We are in that area that we have a lot of warm breeze blowing, we have cold weather, but balanced, we can balance it. Not too cold where it is unbearable. Okay. Now, see this areas in this desert areas are dry regions. People have got adapted there. If the people come here down to the south, it's a different environment. If we go there to the north, it's a different environment. So we'll have to, people at that area have adjusted. So migration to another completely opposite direction is not that good, because you cannot easily adjust there. Okay, so that is how climate also plays a role, where it is not too hot, not too cold, but moderate in its own way. Soils is where there is more fertile soil, people are attracted towards that kind of a soil, because you can grow your produce, and the crops that you grow can yield you a lot of profit. So fertility of the soil is important. Then the northern plains, the eastern and the western coastal plains are very fertile, whereas infertile sandy soils also have less population. Now infertile soil is no use of that soil, what are you going to do with it? So people don't stay there. Where there is fertility of the soil, people move there. Coastal plains, coastal areas, there is a lot of fertility in the soil. Then resources. What kind of resources do we have? Like mineral and power resources, different kinds of resources that can give us a lot of importance in that area. People are dense there, because that can yield them also a lot of profit, that can also give them a lot of advantages that are there. So those areas people still stay, people are staying there. And then is industry and commerce. Now areas that have a lot of industry, a lot of commerce and business that's going, trade and commerce that's going on, people stay, a lot of population that is there. Areas such as New Delhi, Bengaluru, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, these have a lot of population because they are large big cities that are there. Then another way of having industrial areas is because they have they have high population, they have water facilities, they are tourism, okay, security in life is also well placed. That is why people prefer to stay in these larger cities than in smaller areas where houses are too far away. Now the world is growing, so we have a lot of compact world that is there, but still people here and there prefer to go into the cities than into the rural areas. Alright, so that's how we had to discuss in today's class. I want you to read back again. Maybe another way of distribution of population can be people who are migrating also for work. Okay, so they can be settling there, they can be taking on tasks and roles there. They may be, see when they are counting, maybe they may be there. The next count they may be somewhere else. So we don't know, people are migrating for jobs, people are migrating and settling in different places, people are married off and gone. So everything is changing at its own pace and everything is changing in their own time. So most of the time it's migration for work. Maybe to foreign countries, people are not present in your own motherland. Can happen, okay, counting may go here and there at that time, because proper facts and figures are not let down to people who come to take it. So we'll have to give them however they would ask for, alright. So this is what was India population. Now what I want you to do is understand this in page number 121. Census is what you officially have a count of the population, okay, official count of the population. Birth rate is number of births per 1,000 population, number of births per 1,000 population per year, number of live births, okay, birth rate, people, babies who are living, number of birth rate per 1,000 population for a year. Death rate is number of deaths that have happened for 1,000 population in a year, okay. So that is census, birth rate and death rate. Now you can see the graph on page number 120, how the population has grown in millions according to the census year from 1901 to 2011. So you can see 1901, 1911, 1921, 1931, 41, 51 to 2011. Okay, 11 years. So next year, all right. So that's how population has grown in millions, and we've already almost, it was a census of 2011, so 1200 million is what is being recorded in that graph. I want you to observe the map that is there on page number 122 as well, all right. So, and fill in the blanks also. With that we can finish and wind off the lesson. But the next class will come up another lesson and understand it in a detailed way, just like this, okay. See, today's topic was very small, agreed on that, but what you'll have to remember is, see, these facts and figures can only be read. How much ever you try to remember them can only retain up to how much you try to make effort on it. See, all numbers you cannot be remembering. Now you think about all the states that are being laid down in high density, low density and medium density. You cannot remember every number of every state, okay. So that is why I do not like to give much importance to that, because what you can do, only that much you do. So all these numbers are impossible to remember unless you keep on mugging it up, okay. Please don't mug up, please don't by heart. That's not a good way of learning. You just know how much you understand. Understanding is more important than mugging up and writing something else, because while you mug up, if you forget one sentence, you automatically forget the next. But if you understand, you can make up your own sentences. Making up your own sentences by understanding the topic is much better than mugging up some answers which are given in your notes, or mugging up certain things that have been written in the text is actually bad. Your understanding level should improve and your rote learning should come down, okay. So that is what I wanted to tell you. We shall meet soon in the next class. Thank you students for listening.